Welcome back to the channel, and today we are in Madrid with a drive and review of the Polestar 3, this guy here, and then also a drive and review of the Polestar 4. So they're here at the hotel that we're staying in, and I wanted to do a comparison video just on, I can't talk about the driving because there's an embargo, but I wanted to get a video out just talking about the differences between the two cars themselves, because 3 was supposed to be here a lot earlier. It was supposed to be here last year, and then 4 is coming in. They're both coming fairly hot on the heels of each other. So a lot of people are like, what's the difference between 3? What's the difference between 4? What's the comparisons between both, and which one would I go for? We are going to start off with 3. E-segment, luxury, sophistication, obviously a different price point in Ireland, starting off at nearly 100,000 euros, whereas Polestar 4 is starting off in that mid-60s, working its way up depending on what you go for. Now, the 3 does have its all-wheel drive to start off with. It is the same size battery, and the only difference between the launch edition is you can get it with or without the performance pack on it. Otherwise, pretty much everything is included in it. You have those beautiful blade headlight with the DRLs, daytime running lights here, then that high-low beam module, and then you've got your black detail in underneath. You've got your smart panel. This one has the Polestar engineered badging on it because it has the performance pack, your camera with your radar built into it, then your heating element, and this has the blade, the wing, you can see up here. So yeah, beautiful front on it. Compared to the Polestar 4, which has a much lower nose, softer aero, and a much lower bonnet on it as well. You can see here, it's a lower car overall. You can see how they've split those dual blades. So straight away on the road, when you see that daytime running light split, whereas that's very Volvo. This is based on the SPA platform, SPA2 platform, same as the Volvo EX90, but this will only come in 5-seater. This is based on the same platform, the Reilly platform, the SEA large platform, which will be the same as the Zeekr 001. So yeah, on the front of this one, at start sequence, you get an illuminated Polestar logo. We're going to open both Frunks so that you can get to see what it's like inside. This one has pop out door handles. I'm going to pop this open. This one has frameless doors as well, whereas Polestar 3 doesn't have frameless doors. No latch, double strut, and then in underneath you have a small 15-litre, maybe a cable. That's as much as you're getting inside there. Single latch on the boot. And then on the Polestar 3, it is pop-up door handles. You can see that there. Framed doors with frames. And then, if I'm mistaken, my little latch is here, and it's kind of a flap, like a laptop or sorry, a tablet cover, much bigger bonnet. 36 litres versus 15 of that Frunk, magnetic, but folds up there. Lots of space inside there. You've got your charging cables, tyre inflation kit, your warning triangle. Yeah, much bigger. Pop that down. So fronts wise, you definitely will notice the difference in it between the two. Polestar 4, Polestar 3. It's even got this Polestar light design bit going on here. Wheels, you get 2020s, 1s and 22s on the Polestar 4. On the Polestar 3, you get 21s and 22s. Wheelbase roughly the same, nearly 3 meters here, nearly 3 meters here. Let's look at boot. Before we do that, we look at charging. 11 kilowatt, this is motorized on the 4. 11 kilowatt up to 22 kilowatt. and then maximum 200 kilowatt on that. And on the Polestar 3, it's 11 kilowatt, no 22 kilowatt option that I'm aware of, and that goes up to 250 kilowatt. Bigger battery, 111 kilowatt battery on that, with 106 of it usable. This one has a 100 kilowatt battery. You can see it on the side there, 94 usable. So bigger battery. Now that's a much bigger car and a much heavier car, 2.6 tons. This is 2.2. Big difference between this and the Polestar 3, obviously at the rear, is you're going to have no window. And it doesn't come as an option. It is because they've moved that brace back, so the hinge point now is behind the head. So they said with such a small bit of glass that was going to show, we're going to put it all into the camera here. So also on the rear you have that now kind of iconic Polestar taillight. Button up here, which I really like. It's not down here like on the Polestar 3. Polestar 4 is up on top, and then in underneath that brake light you have indicators, reversing lights, all that kind of stuff. And a lovely high level brake lamp up at the top of that steel composite button. You've got that body coloured boot. And the Polestar 4, it's actually bigger. So 526 litres, false floor, 60-40 split, and you can actually knock this down as well if you wanted to see in through to the passenger side of things. Subwoofer in this one with the Harman Kardon speaker and a bit of a well in underneath, motorised. And then on the Polestar 3, I'm hoping not going to get too covered in rain, you have charging on the same side, rear left, so handy for Tesla network. And then we've got that aero blade at the top with the high level brake lamp, big window wiper, and then the gorgeous, you can see a bit more detail on this with that Polestar, gorgeous. Now, don't like buttoning underneath. 480 odd litre boot, 60-40 with a ski hatch in this one. And it has that ability to stack that up there as well. And so you can see the ability to hang shopping bags, very Volvo-esque. Yeah, nice. Taller, 1.6 versus 1.54, so about 6 centimeters in the difference. And then this is on air suspension, where this is on traditional suspension. Multi-link in the rear, independent strut in the front, air suspension all around on the Polestar 3. Rear space, let's have a little look inside. So you can start to see, okay, there, that's better. And so you've got your central console with your 3 heated seats, 3 levels, and the ability to climate control, and 2 USB Type-Cs. You have magazine holder, feet in underneath, and plenty of space. Headroom. Do you need that light? Lots, like 6-7 centimeters. Beautifully reclined. You've got those cushions behind my headrest. There, it's easier to see them there. Yeah, gorgeous. Nice. And then the rear in the Polestar 4 frameless doors are gorgeous. You've got a lot more texture going on, a lot more ambient lighting. Beautiful finish down here on the window, the door. This is a much brighter interior. So feet, not as much in underneath because it's not as tall, but knee room is great. This one has the additional pack, so it has the ability to move the seat forward and back. And then headroom, you have not as much as the Polestar 3, but still, like, I'm 188 centimeters, 6'2". Yeah, with that seat fully reclined. How far forward will it come? Much more upright if you're looking for more space, but yeah, it's still nice. Seats are lovely. And in the rear you have a bit of a transmission tunnel down here. You've got a bit more of a screen, and you can look at media, play, pause, and then you have heated seats, the ability to control lights, etc. Small bit of a transmission tunnel and 2 USBs in underneath that as well. Seats, different design. You've got the percentage of PET. This is the tailored knit. You've got some nets rather than some solid. Air vents in the B-pillar, same as Polestar 3. And your hanger there. Even though you don't have a window at the back, they've used some nice ambient lighting there. In the front, big difference between 3 and 4 is you have a larger driver display in the 4. You've got a vertical screen. Parking comfort is on. Okay. So it's landscape in the 4 and it's portrait in the 3. Much more electronically controlled vents. Much lighter interior down here. You've got the brushed metal. You've got that single knob play pause. Center console as well. Some space in underneath. Got bottles in this one, but yeah, acres of space. And then USB Type-Cs. Seats are gorgeous. Head-up display as well. And the steering wheel has a lot more multi-function going on. So you have your buttons and you have the ability to set favorites, etc. 3-spoke, similar gear selector on the right. On the left, it's wiper and indicators and lights. You have controls for all 4 windows on the 4, central locking, Harman Kardon system with them in the head unit, in the headrests, but more of a Harman Kardon system with Dolby Atmos in the 3, decent headroom. Yeah, I'm probably leaning towards the 4 myself. If I was to pull the trigger on something, I'd probably look at the 4. Just prefer the shape and style of it, fit and finish. It's much more, interior is based on fashion and based on sporting wear. And then the screen itself is Google and Android Automotive. And you can change how much of the screen you want for map. You can have it all the way over. And then you can bring it all the way back again. Widgets and tiles, very easy to use. And then as you're driving, the ability to turn stuff off with big, easy to use tiles, creep, hill descent, range or performance, etc., etc. We've got a full review coming up on the channel of the driving experience. But let's have a look at the inside of the Polestar 3. This is a D segment car, E segment space inside of it, but it is a D segment, whereas this is an E segment luxury premium electric SUV, where this is a coupe SUV is what they're calling it. Much heavier car, much... Now, one thing I don't like about the 3 is it has the change in the buttons front and back rather than separate ones. It's got the same type of door release. You've got the Bauer & Wilkins. You've got a slightly smaller driver display unit. You've got the same head-up display, and on this one you have the vertical screen. You've got your widgets in underneath. You've got your shortcuts underneath that, and then you've got your climate control. Wireless charging, 2 USB Type-Cs in underneath. Now, gloss black is probably another thing I don't like. Just scratching and dust and all the rest of it. This one has much more manual vents going on. This one has the textured wood, the knit tech, what do they call it? And this one has the Napa leather massage and ventilated seats. Headroom, massive, like way more for the Polestar 3. So that's a quick look around both. I'm going to have a separate reviews of both up once the embargo lifts on the 3 and the 4. Their driving impressions. What do you think? Which do you prefer? This is the Polestar 3. Just one more final look around. You can see it's got that swooping roofline, whereas the 4 is much more of a saloon SUV. Yeah. Hopefully you've enjoyed that. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, please do so. Hit the like button, leave a comment, and remember, if you think an EV is for you, leave it to me and I'll review. Thank you very much for watching. And if you enjoyed this video, I know you're going to enjoy that video too.